All right, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. So we've got kind of an interesting story for you guys today. TMZ has reported that Kenny KO is being sued by Jeremy Buendia for $1 million. Now, for those of you who aren't aware, Kenny KO has been doing kind of a video series about Jeremy Buendia and some of the accusations made against Jeremy, where he's been interviewing friends and ex-girlfriends of Jeremy Buendia's. I believe he even called it like an episodic series about Jeremy Buendia. So he's been kind of on a roll with these Jeremy Buendia videos lately. And according to TMZ, Jeremy Buendia has filed a lawsuit against Kenny KO for $1 million. And not just Kenny, but also one of the guys that Kenny interviewed. But one of the things that I found interesting about this whole thing is, of all the people named in this lawsuit, or allegedly named in this lawsuit, Jeremy's ex-girlfriend that Kenny interviewed, which had pretty much, I would say, the strongest allegations against Jeremy, is not named in this lawsuit. So whatever the reason for that is, I thought that particular fact was interesting. Now, I know Kenny and I have had our problems in the past, but Kenny has since apologized to me and admitted that he was wrong. So right now, I don't have a problem with Kenny KO, and I don't really have a problem with Jeremy Buendia either. So in this situation, I'm very neutral on either side. And just looking at it at face value, I can see why Jeremy would be angry, but I could also see why a lawsuit against Kenny would be just not justified. So from Kenny's perspective, I mean, he's getting all these messages and accusations from friends and girlfriends of Jeremy's. So he has these people on and interviews them to give their side of the story. I don't really think you can fault Kenny for that, and I don't really think that would be classified as defamation, especially if some of those people making those claims are not named in the lawsuit themselves. Now, to be honest with you guys, I haven't watched every single video that Kenny has made about Jeremy. I know he's made several. I know he's made a lot. I really only watched the most recent videos, the interviews that he did, and then the season finale, as he called it, video. So I don't know if you go back to some of those older videos that he made about Jeremy, if Kenny did make claims about Jeremy that were untrue. I didn't watch those videos. But just going off of the recent videos and assuming those are the most pertinent to this lawsuit, I really didn't see anything that I thought would qualify as defamation, at least from Kenny's side. Now, if the people he were interviewing were really saying things that were untrue, and one of those people is named in this lawsuit, then that's defamation. They were talking about doing drugs and stuff of that nature. If Jeremy never did that, then that could be qualified as defamation. Now, keep in mind that the main focus of all of this is this claim, that this allegation that Jeremy Buendia has physically abused women. And Jeremy responded to all these claims. And he said in his Instagram video that he has never laid a hand on or touched a woman, but he does have a problem with the way that he's spoken to and treated women in the past. So he denies that main claim that he's ever abused women. So for something to qualify as defamation, it would have to be a statement about the person that is untrue and intended to maliciously damage their character. So to prove it's defamation, it would have to be proven in court that this claim of Jeremy abusing women is either true or untrue. So if that's the primary claim of this case, this is what it's going to come down to, is whether or not Jeremy abused somebody. So both sides of this are going to be trying to prove or disprove that, which is why I thought it was interesting that the ex-girlfriend was not named at all in this lawsuit, according to TMZ. Now, according to TMZ, it says that Kenny KO, or Kenny Boulay, Jordani Krasha, and also Chad Nutch are the three people named in this lawsuit, according to the court documents that they claim they obtained. And again, he is suing him for $1 million. Jeremy is suing Kenny for $1 million. So another thing that I found interesting about this is I was thinking to myself, why would TMZ be covering a story like this? And the only thing that I can come up with is it's got to be a result of the whole, Sean Roden thing. I'm sure after they posted that initial story about Sean Roden, they had somebody working for them keeping tabs on stories about Mr. Olympia or Mr. Olympia allegations. And I'm sure if you're searching those types of things, or you have Google alerts or whatever turned on for Mr. Olympia allegations, the Jeremy Buendia thing is going to come up because Jeremy Buendia was a 4-time Mr. Olympia. So I'm sure either the only reason they're reporting on this is because they were keeping tabs on the Sean Roden thing, or the only other thing I can think of is somebody contacted TMZ and wanted them to post this story. because this really just doesn't seem like the type of story that TMZ would cover, especially the limited amount of stories that they've covered within the fitness industry. They covered Rich Piana. I'm pretty sure they briefly covered Dallas McCarver when that happened as well. They covered the Sean Roden thing. But to cover Jeremy Buendia versus Kenny KO just seems kind of strange to me. So overall, I think lawsuits against YouTubers are stupid, but I guess that's kind of the thing that you're walking into. If the goal of your channel is to expose people, if you make a mistake and you say something that you shouldn't say when you're trying to expose somebody, something that might not be true, that's grounds for a lawsuit. And that's just, I guess, it kind of comes with the territory. So I guess we'll find out. I believe Kenny KO has stated that he has not yet been served in this particular lawsuit. So we'll see if this actually even happens, whether or not this is fake news, whether or not this is something that is even a real story. But TMZ is reporting it. So Jeremy Buendia apparently is suing Kenny KO for $1 million. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And as always, Nick Strength and Power signing out.